Welcome back, everyone. So this is part 2. So like I said in cold weather part 1, I was on my way to the post office, and now I'm on my way back. So let's just get out of the parking lot here. And in that first one, I did just kind of a little talk about how I was out for a while, how the car's been performing in cold weather so far, which has really only been a couple of days. But so far it's been good. Actually, let's drive home in sport mode here. And those of you who know me know I'm conservative. I don't really drive in sport mode all that much. I like to get as much gas mileage as humanly possible. And it's starting to get a little dark out, so you won't be able to see too much. So I apologize there, and you might get a little bit more background noise. Sport mode, from what I know, that the sport mode does is it does change up the suspension a little bit, stiffens it up a little bit, and it does change up how the car shifts through the gears. One thing you'll definitely notice, at least in the 2017 BRZ, again, I've got an automatic transmission, I'll keep reiterating that for people. The sport mode here, you'll notice that it revs higher. Those of you out there who are Subaru fans, have had Subarus before, drive Subarus, you know about how Subarus love being in the high rev range. They love being in that 4,000 or 5,000 rev range, because that's just the way the cars come tuned. They're not low end, torque producing, machines like that. It's not a Corvette, it's not a V8 that's gonna just, burn a hole into the ground. But I don't know if you can hear that engine right now. All right, it just shifted down. But for a while there, in around 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, we were up in 3,500, if not higher RPM. Now that's where the sport mode keeps. Now here I am, 34 miles an hour, at about 2,600 RPM. But if I were to take it out of sport mode, that would drop considerably, about close to 10,000 RPM that it dropped. And that's all. It's all controlled by the computer system. The computer system senses the amount of throttle that you have on and gas flow, all that good stuff, all those ratios, everything like that. The computer system takes care of all that in the automatic transmission, and it's tuned to by the way, stock. The BRZ that I'm driving in it's my own personal one. It is, and it's still stock. There have been no performance modifications made to it at all. Let's just kind of, there we go, let's take that turn a little bit better there. You can definitely get the car to drift, especially with performance tires. You can definitely get it to drift. If you hit corners hard, that tail will definitely, it'll fish out on you. It'll get a little squirrely, but it's fun. And in the automatic, you've got all these limited slip differentials and traction controls that are going to get you right back on. I have not grown a spine enough yet to turn off all the traction control systems and everything like that yet to really play around with it. But again, going up the hill, 34 miles an hour, and we're in 2,600 RPM. I'm on a little bit of a back road right now, so traffic's kind of a little slow. But certainly in sport mode. Now, I have read that a lot of guys will say it does not change throttle response or anything like that. I don't know the mechanics off the top of my head 100% for what it does. I know that it does change the rev range and the way that the car shifts throughout the rev range and the gears and everything like that. Does it feel quicker? It does. But again, so for example, I'm at 36 mile an hour and I'm at just about 3,000 RPM. So my engine's already at high RPM. So if I wanted to go, it's going to respond more because it's already at higher RPM. Okay, so it doesn't have to go from, say, 2,000 RPM to 4,000 RPM. It only has to go from 3,000 RPM up to 4,000 RPM. And this, I may be 100% totally wrong on this. I may have a bunch of car guys that are going to start commenting, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the power, the throttle response, the ratios, all this. That may be. I'm just simply describing how it feels in the cockpit, in the driver's seat, when you put the throttle down. Okay, that's all I'm doing here. I'm not trying to give you the mechanics behind it. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not trying to give you the science behind it. I'm strictly giving you what this car feels like in sport mode right now. So coming from a stop, I'm going to push it down, and in sport mode, I'm going to tell you that it definitely gets up to higher RPM quicker, and that it does feel quicker. Okay, so if it feels quicker to me, that tells me that it probably is quicker. Now, if that's due to an increased throttle response, then that's fine. I'm not 100% sure what it's due to, and here comes some traffic up here. We've got some, what I'm hoping is construction, but I see some police lights. Yeah, no, this doesn't look good. So we're gonna slow up here a little bit, and we're gonna come almost to a stop. Yeah, this doesn't look good, whatever it is. Down to one lane here. Bear with me here while we get through this. Yeah, no, there's some construction. That's good. We never want to see any accidents. We never want an accident in an automobile. We never want to assume that it's an accident. There goes my battery power getting low here. Yeah. Okay, so road work. All right, so that's fine. That's what we were hoping for. Like I said, we never want an accident. All right, and we're off. Can't really put sport mode into effect right now because I got this line of cars in front of me. We're just gonna have to do another video, and we're just gonna have to do it when it's out in the snow, and we're gonna have to get some, rip some donuts around. But I mean, so I'm gonna shut up for a second, see if you can just hear the engine. It's 3,000 or 2,500 RPM right now. So you definitely get some different sounds too. Exhaust certainly sounds a little bit different. CVTs have kind of a funky noise to begin with. They have this kind of high-pitched whine that, I mean, I really don't think you can hear it unless you focus on it. But you definitely just hear the 3,000 RPM. Now take a listen real quick. I'm going to give about 5 seconds, and then I'm going to turn sport mode off. So you've got, now we're in normal mode. Now we're back into sport, and we're coming to basically a stop. So significantly quieter in normal mode, especially when you're not high up in the rev range. But sport mode is not meant to be luxurious or quiet. Let's see if we can do a little peel out right here. So just a little bit of tire squeak there. I wasn't actually able to get too much. It's really unfortunate that there's cars in front of me right now. I'm hitting the car hard right now. I'm gonna really beat it up here. I wish I could have taken that turn at its full. That turn that I just came across is one that really is just fun to take. It's a chicane, and like I said, I had these cars in front of me, so I just couldn't do it. But yeah, so I mean, sport mode, you definitely will, if you don't mind getting your head thrown back and forth a little bit, sport mode is something you'll enjoy. So I'm coming into this turn. Let's see if I can take this one here, taking it at 25. Pushed through it a little bit there, got a little close with that car, but and I'm going to put us back into normal mode again. Listen for 5 seconds here in sport mode. And now normal. You may not be able to get it in this video on the phone, but take it from me. In your normal driving mode, I'm down to, all right, 37 miles an hour, 1,300 RPM. Now, if I maintain the same mile an hour and I put sport mode on, I'm 1,000 RPMs higher. A full 1,000 RPM higher, even at 37 miles an hour. So instead of being at 1,300 like I was before. I was close to 2,300. So it makes a difference. It makes a difference. And it's an audible difference, and it's a difference that you can feel. This is normal. Once it gets up to about 4,500, 5,000 RPM, you start getting into about the 30, 40 mile an hour range. It starts to move. I'll tell you what, it's fun. Yeah, you're not going to get 0 to 40 and be quick at all. There's definitely some throttle delay, but once you get up there, I mean, it likes to move around. Let's see if I can hit this turn a little bit here. I'm in a residential area here, so I really should be being a little bit careful. But I hope that you guys enjoyed these two videos back. I'm really sorry that it's dark out now and you're not really getting much of a video here as much as you are just an audio pontification. But there will be more to come. I've got some videos that I want to do, show you guys how to, how we change the wheels on them and things like that. But I hope you enjoyed these few back, and it's definitely good to be back. We'll see you guys again soon.